Hey, hi. I'm making this video today because I have been attacking something that is kind of obscure and I don't find a lot of information about it online. And that has to do with dealing with under eye circles without getting filler or, yeah, without getting filler, because that's usually how they deal with it. So, what I found is that you can actually tattoo pigment under your eyes, just like you could do your microblading for your eyebrows and your eyeliner and your lips. You can also camouflage skin, marks and things as well as dark circles with using a tattoo pen, a permanent makeup tattoo pen. So this is the machine that I got. It's the Charmant. I don't know if you can see that. This was like the cheapest one that I could find because I'm just a beginner and I don't want to spend a lot of money because I don't really know if I can do this myself and I'm not sure about anything at this point. So I bought this little machine for like $8, literally. And it's electric. It does the trick. I mean, you basically just take your needle. This needle that I used yesterday is this is a five point rounded needle. And basically what I did, which I didn't video it, so I'm just going back retro. But what I did was, first of all, numb my face. And I use this, like I said, I'm using the cheapest thing of everything. This is the cheap lidocaine numbing cream, and I just, you just slather that on your face, and then you put plastic, plastic, over this, and it helps it to soak in. And I let it sit for about 45 minutes. I've heard people let it sit for 10, as little as 10 minutes up to 45. So I want it to be as numb as possible. Although I learned yesterday that you want to numb in different sections because the numbing cream will wear off if you are spending a lot of time on one section or on one side of your face. So, next time I do this, I'm going to use the numbing cream, on one area and then wait 10 minutes and then apply it to the next area, cover it, wait 10 minutes and just go like that. Because I did my forehead yesterday with some microneedling and it was really painful because my cream wore off. But I also found out that you can get much stronger cream than this. This one is 5%, and there's one from Korea that's 11% numbing power. So that's the one I'll be rolling with because, like, yeah, the forehead thing, that was gnarly. Okay, so I numbed up my face and then I washed it off. I wash one section at a time because I leave the numbing cream on until I get to that section. That's another thing that I hope would help, make it as numb as possible. Um, and then I mixed my colors. I'll show you what colors I got. These are actual organic pigments, and because they're organic, they were kind of limited in the colors and the options that you could get as far as like skin tones are concerned. They have a lot of lip tones and eyebrow tones and eyeliner, and I got this lip tone. This one's really pretty, called Coral, for when I'm ready to do my lips, my lip tinting. um so these are not necessarily, these are supposed to be for eyebrows basically. And so this one's warm blonde. This is what she would use for her eyebrows. And then this one is medium warm blonde, which is closer to my skin color but a little bit dark for my skin color. This one's a little light. So what I do, I just take the cap and I use the cap as my little reservoir, because you have to have something small that it's going to capture the pigment and it's not going to roll around in there. So I just put my drops. I put like 3 drops of the light color in here because I'm doing under my eyes. And you can see this side right here is how it looked beforehand. This side is how it looked after. And the reason for that is that when I started, I was using a much deeper and a much deeper level of the needle. So this needle you can adjust. Okay, this is the longest that the needle comes out, and you know, that's the longest, and then it goes in from there. So you just pull it in. You pull the needle in to the depth that you want it to go. Now, I've been hearing a lot about the eye area and how sensitive it is when you're microneedling, so you don't want to go in too deep. So, I started out. Where did I start? I don't even remember. I think I started on the left side yesterday, and I had this up. It was like halfway up. It was pretty long, so it was gonna go pretty deep because this isn't my first time doing this. This is my second time doing it, and the first time I did it, I didn't really get any pigment on into my skin. It didn't go in. So what I understand is that if you want the pigment to go in, it has to be deep enough. You have to go deep enough in to push the pigment into the skin. I'm not a tattoo artist. I know nothing about tattooing. I'm just watching videos and learning and reading. So the first time I did this, I learned that the ink, the pigment itself will dry and coagulate on your skin. So you have to have something to keep it smooth, keep it flowing. I bought this. This has like hyaluronic acid and glycerin, which helps it slip and slide. So you can add this to your mix if you want that. But one thing that I discovered that I use, because I use aloe vera on a regular basis for my skin, it's very slippery. It's very, very slick and slippery. So yesterday what I did, I just trimmed some aloe, off my plant, right? And I rubbed that, and it got really, really slicky, and so that was nice. And so then I just take my pigment here. After I rub my aloe on there, I got like a blob of aloe. And then I put my drops into the cap, and I just use the cap as the reservoir. So I use like two brown ones and one light. Like three. Like I use like 5 drops for this whole under eye area. So this eye, I went really, really deep, and it created like a wound, right? It looked like a wound. It was like swollen, but it looked filled in instead of looking hollow. Because if you look on my right side, you'll see how hollow that is. And that's what fillers do. Fillers actually fill in this hollow area so that it looks more like this side. So yeah, I used the aloe, and so when I was doing it, the aloe really helped to make it actually improved the color too, and it made it really smooth and slicky for a long time. So what I noticed the first time I did this was that I didn't spend very much time on each eye, and I've looked for videos for this and I haven't found them. So I'm experimenting, and I'm using myself as a guinea pig, and that's why I'm making this video, to share it, because I did not see a lot of information about this subject. They have videos of people getting their under eyes done, so I know that it's, you can do it. You can do that under your eye, but I don't really know much about it. So one of the main things that I've discovered is that you have to spend time doing it. It's not just, and then if you don't see pigment in your skin, then it didn't go in. So what ended up happening was I spent a lot of time. This time I had planned ahead. I said, okay, I'm going to spend a lot of time. I'm going to put a lot of pigment on there. And I rub the pigment on there first and then use the needle, because I'm not, like, usually when someone does this for you, you're laying down, and so they can dip it and it'll drop, onto your skin. Well, I couldn't do that because I'm sitting up. So I just like brush it on there first, and then use the needle like this in circular motions, right? And it should slide and it should glide. If it's not sliding and gliding, then you need some aloe, or you need something slippery to help it slide and to glide, because it should be sliding and gliding, and you're just going in very small circles. Any pattern you want, whatever, it's your face. On this side, I didn't go as deep because when I saw the wound, I got worried. So